my friends. It's Jennifer from the patio. Welcome to Scraps of Wisdom Wednesday, where I share with you a life lesson as I go through some crafting. So today's life lesson is patience. And I have to say that I have been very patient in creating these gratitude journals. These are 4 that I feel like are complete about 99.1%. But it's such a process, don't you think? That sometimes it's just, patience causes us to pause in our progress. And so I am just like moving ahead, moving along, and just, being patient in the process, patient in creating new elements and new ideas for each one so that they don't look the same. But the end result is fabulous. And so I wanted to share with you, these are my 4 that I'm about to put on my Ko-fi shop. But this is the one that is for my design team. I am a member of Justine's House of MAHALO design team. And these are the papers from her fall kit called Falling Leaves. No, letters, because it has to do with letters. Letters from fall or something like that. I'm so bad about not remembering. But I love the paper, and I'm, it's just it's just trying to remember the name of it. But anyway, I wanted to go through this one, and I may do the other ones as well. But I wanted to go through this one because it is part of my project for the month of September, and we are almost at the end. It's September 23rd. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this with you and just show you what I've done. So this is the cover. The papers are beautiful. She has roses and pumpkins and letters. And I think it's called Letters from Fall is what it is. Okay, so you come in, and I love this bird. Love it, love it. I just love the colors and the way that some of them are muted in the background, kind of a faded look, and then she put some other ones in front. Okay, so this is, I put a little bit of Velcro, and it opens like this, put some goodies, and then this comes open, and it's just a writing space there. I mimicked this and just cut out this from another piece of paper so that when it sits back, but at least it gives the glycine bag just a little bit of an element there. And then that goes like that. Then I have like a little key. And then this is, I remember we put this little belly band because this kept flipping open. I put a little pocket with just some cute little, it's just a little place to have a little bitty writing space. And I thought that was cute. And then I just put some leaves that kind of match the elements. And then this is a pull-out. It's just a writing space. And then that closes like that. And then I have a handwritten letter saved and reread. Then I have this, and we did this together. This is the little acorn, and this opens like this. And then I have a little card here. It says, "The beauty of acorns, tiny but strong." Then I just put a little element here just to have some little extra writing space that kind of goes in. And then we have a card. And I believe I glued this whole thing down. I know. That's a miracle that I did that. Then I have a little magnet in there to hold that. We have our waterfall here. And I didn't do anything to it except put a leaf there, and I just love that. And that way it just has a lot of writing space on it. Candlelight glow. Those are just little prompts, so if you're writing and, this doesn't have to be a gratitude journal, but I put some little prompts in there, just little things. Soup simmering on the stove, just things for us to be, grateful for. It's the small things in life. And then this opens like this. I have 3 tags that vary in size, falling leaves. And then I have this large one with some little dictionary page on the back of that. And it just goes like that. Let me put that so it looks like that. And then there's this one. I switched the card out. We made this together, and I had this in here. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, so I took it off, put it over here as just a little side tuck so that I could put something else in it, because I really liked the element. I just didn't like it in here. And this one says the magic of nature. And then this, I changed out this one as well. I did not like the thickness. And so I had this light purple on top of a dark, but I just changed it out, put another little belly band on there, and then just put a little tiny acorns with the acorn. And then this is just a journaling card. And then this flips open, and then I just put a little leaf to just pull in the green. And then I just did the autumn here. And then this is the page that we did together for last week's Scraps of Wisdom that had to do with torn edges. And so I love that element. And then I just did this, the kindness of a stranger's smile. Just a place for you to write your thoughts. Okay. Get that in there. It's nice and tight, which is good. That's what I like, so it's not going to fall out. I think it really has to do with the jagged edges that I have on there. Okay, so there's that. Let me push that in. And then there's the back. Now, the only thing that I have left to do is I want to do some elements on the front and the back pockets. I did that one. I need to put something else here, and then I need a card that goes in that and a card that goes in that. But that is that one, and I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you another one. This is just the pretty one that has, I just love this paper. Look how vibrant that is. It's just beautiful. And so this one's pretty thick. This is a little bit thicker than some of the other ones. I use the Graceful Shift paper along with the Graceful Shift quilted papers as well. So this is a little pull out, and then this is a coin envelope with the saying, it says quiet autumn skies enjoyed on the patio. So I have it decorated on both sides, and then I just put a little rose on that, and that just goes in. This one has a pull out, and then just very simple. I just did some leaves on there, and then just back this. That's part of it. And then just put that in there. And it says, let life surprise you. And then I did a Velcro on that so that it would stay closed. And as I put it in. Okay. And then this just is just a side tuck or an over the page tuck. And this is just a journaling card. It's a beautiful rose called Moonbeam. Okay, and then this one has the same thing. I got to use another one of these shorthands as I did in the other. I love those. And then this is a flip up, and I just did some little writing up there. This flips out. And then this is just a little snippet of papers to write on. And then it's just covered just like that. Of course, this is, you know, lots of little tags and places to write. So I made this pocket out of music paper. And then there's a pocket there. And then it has 3 tags, stair stepping. And then this is a little flip down with a pocket and some tags in there as well. And then that just goes up. This is Velcroed, and you pull it down so that you can pull this writing card out. And then it just fits up like that with the pocket. Pocket and a journaling card inside this gusseted pocket. This is a gusseted pocket, so you have to get it in there just right there. This is Velcroed. I just love those little Velcro. And you can't really see them, which is awesome. And then I took the first card that I had made last week for our Scraps of Wisdom, and that I wasn't happy with, but I cut it and made a little card out of it. I mean, a little tag. So there's that. And then this flips, and then this flips open. So I put some writing paper in this belly band. This is an envelope. And then I made a little tag to go in it. And have some, so when you open it up or pull it out, you see some paper back there. And then I have a tag here in this pocket. Then I have another little pocket here with just some writing paper stuck in there. And then this card, when you pull it out from the other side, it says Beautiful You on this side. Some music. And then I have a tall tag that goes behind this. It's kind of like a policy holder, but I just turned it over, flipped it over. A porch blanket shared with someone you love. This flips up. I think we made this together. It has a belly band with a journaling card. And then it is a waterfall right, left, with some pockets and some cards in there. So there's that. And this is just a pocket, and I put some journaling cards in. And this one has 2. Of course, you could put that in. And then that is separate. And I love these. This one flips down, gives you some writing space. I have put a little heart on here as a little pocket to put some extras. And then there are 2 tags. So there's that one with some coffee dyed paper on the back. I have to get that in there. And then there's this one in the back with the stitching. Another flip out, and then I decorated that. And then this one has a policy or a coin envelope with a piece of decorated paper for journaling. I did it this way so that you would see that when you pull it out. Love this avocado dyed paper. And then this is, it opens, I put some Velcro, it opens this way, and so this is all blank for you to write or to put a pocket or whatever you may want to do. Then I have a tall journaling card that's in the back with some matching little lace. This is actually seam binding, I believe. And then this is a belly band, flips open with another belly band with a little journaling booklet. And that goes in nice and firm. That closes. And then there's a tall tag that goes in the top. And then this is some of my coffee dyed paper. And then we are at the back. And that is that one. But I think it's just really pretty and nice and full. So there's number 2. So let me show you number 3 as you work on your patience, because sometimes a lot of people don't like to look at the flip throughs of these, but it's fun because you get to see different elements. That's why I like to watch them. So, so there's this one, and I put another one of these belly band things to hold. And then just put some pretty things here. Grateful for the scent of burning logs. And this one I glued on differently so that the card comes out of the top. So there's a card that goes right there with just some pretty little ribbon. And then that goes like that. This one is another belly band that I saw from Natasha with Treasure Books. You just take a piece of paper and scrunch it together. Maybe we'll do that one day with just a very plain and simple journaling card, but the colors match really well. This is just a tea bag that I have just scrunched up and glued on with some pumpkins. And then I have a journaling card with some writing space on the back. And then I had some little strips, and so I just put them on the end of those just to give it some, you know, some fun. And this is a flip up and gives you writing space and has the pretty Tim Holtz acorn stamp. This is a top belly or top tuck, so it goes in like this. And I didn't do a lot to this. This was a graphics 45. Came with some, you know, some different tags in it. And I just added this element to the back and then added a frame to the middle with a little saying like the stillness after rain and a ribbon. And I think it looks fabulous. I didn't do anything else to it. I just left it the way it is. So that is an up tuck. And then this is a flip out. And then I have a card that goes over here, journaling card, and then one that goes here. And I just did some cute little decorations. And I'm loving these little pockets that, you know, these envelope pockets that hold just a nice little extra writing space for you to put in. And I just decorated it with some leaves and acorns. And this one has a little tree. I did put a magnet so that it would close right. This is a belly band, and I don't have anything in there. Oh, I'll have to put something. I must have forgot. So this is a belly band, and I'll put a card or some journaling paper or something in there. This is just a little clip-on. Has a little bird, and on the other side it has a flower that says joyful. Then I just put some little stencils down the side. This says rustling leaves. It's a flip up. And then this is a belly band on top of a belly band. And both of these are journaling cards. I put it in this way because I liked the front of this with all the leaves. So there's those. And then this is just a journaling card. And this, I believe, is German. I like that. There's the middle spread. It says, thankful for the rustle of leaves. And I am. Then I threw this in. Weren't they cute? I think they're just adorable. And put a little element here. And then I just put a waterfall, sorry. A little waterfall of 4. And you can't see them until that I just did some stamping. And then I put these down. And this is open. I need to put a little card in there, but I just put some journaling cards in there. I like that. This comes out. It's just a little pocket. And of course, just a little snippet of paper to be written on. It's tucked up in there. That's why I kind of like to take these. This is a coin envelope. Like this, but I took the back and flipped it down and turned it over. So that's what you're seeing is that. And of course, here's another one of those little pockets with a cute little place to write. Pull it up some. I like to stencil. I like, you know, just so that it has a little bit of extra stuff. It opens like this and then pulls out. It's a place to write. You can write, you know, this way, or you can, you know, write the other way if you like. And then behind it is just a journaling card with a cute little decoration. A little brad. This is just a sweet little ruffle with some wheat. Just makes a pocket. And then I just have a journaling card and I put some lined paper on the back so that you could write. And then this is another pocket from the music sheet. You Are My Sunshine. Put a beautiful bird in there and then backed it with some of my coffee dyed papers. I just love the colors. And then this is just a little pocket that goes to the right. I stitched this pumpkin on here and then just stuck a little card in there. And then this pulls out and it says Old Songs. I just love these colors together, the green and the red. And then that goes in like that. Then I have like a little bird hanging. I think it's a parrot actually. Little parrot hanging. And then on this one, I used an envelope and put some apples behind it and then Velcroed. And when you open it, just stencil. It's a place for you to write. Has a little card. And that is that one. And that is it. So that is number 3. So the last one that I have completed so far, completely, except for the couple of little cards here and there. I'll be putting them on my Ko-fi shop. So this is another one. And of course I used a graceful shift paper along with, and these are Autumn at Meemaw's, so I did that, and this one is too. That's what these are, Autumn at Meemaw's. So I kind of combined all 3 of my kits, Autumn at Meemaw's, a graceful shift, and then a graceful shift quilted, patchwork of autumn, and then patchwork of autumn quilted backgrounds. So all of those 4 actually, I combined together because they go well. Okay, so there's that paper. Love it. Isn't that so pretty? I just love the pink. And then I just put a little pocket, and then I inserted just a little booklet that has some tracing paper in it. Another one of those pockets with some paper, and then 2 little tags, and then a little circle. And then this is, of course, for writing. And then this is just a little bird with writing on the back. And then these pull out. They have coffee dyed paper on the back. I need to put something on there, though. I didn't want to put ribbon because it would stick out this way. So I kind of like it simple like that. But we'll see. And then this we all made together. This is the waterfall, the progressive with the bird, and then I put a little pocket down here, and they all open up and they have belly bands. I think I took that paper out because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to put in there, same as this one. So I will put those in, have those ready. It's a good thing I'm going through them because I've been working on these for several days. But I definitely need to do that, okay? And then this one is a pocket like I had on the other one, but this one flips out. And so now you get to see this portion. And then the tag comes out for a writing space. And then it just flips in. And I left it like that so you could read the poems. And then on this side, I just have a side pocket. And then you pull that out. It has a pretty little leaf. It kind of looked like, I don't know, it looks like marijuana to me, but I don't think that they would have done that. So that's a pretty fall leaf. And then this has a little card that comes out for you to write on the back. That matches this pretty orange color with that. So that goes in like that. We have our center spread, Grateful and Blessed. And this is the little fox that I put on here with some of that material that your fruit comes in. So I put that there. It has a little booklet that you open like this, and it's all for writing space. Has a little card, a little tag, journaling card over on the side. And then that just goes in like that. Then on the opposite side of this book page, it's a fold down. Has a little card in here, or a tag. And then I just put some little goodies in the pocket. It says, the best is yet to be. How true is that? And see, this is that quilted patchwork of autumn quilted backgrounds. This is a flip out. I believe we made this together as well. And then it just has a bunch of little goodies in here. Tags, lots of place to write. This is a flip out, and this is your writing space. And then as you turn it over, there are 2 tags and a gusseted pocket. And then this is a pocket, but this is a matchbook. It says the smell of apples and spice in the air, and I just took a tea bag and scrunched it up. And then you just pull it out like this. And then it has a little writing booklet in here. And that is this one. And each of them have some, this is a Sears and Roebuck antique book that I have. And then I also did, some of them have on the back. It's this one I just used Justine's paper. But it's a Dick and Jane book, and it's old, and it has, that's why I put it in here, because you can't really use it you can't bend it or do anything, so I always, kind of try to put it in the fronts and the back of my journals. So that is all 4 that I have available. I will put the pockets in and have those up on the website. Today is, I get to go and hang out with my little grandson. Yes, he came in Sunday morning at 6:30. Mommy and baby are just fabulous. He's healthy and vibrant and just beautiful as ever. His color was magnificent. He was 8 pounds, 2 ounces, 20 inches long. And Mommy's doing good. And so I'm going to go and hang out. She came home yesterday, actually last night. And so I'm going to go hang out with her. So anywho, thank you for coming today. And, our word for the day was patience, So, we have life lessons about that. So, every moment of our day, we are tried, in our patience. From, just waiting in traffic to standing in line. I know that for me personally, man, it was a chore for me to get over this, but it seemed like every time I went to my bank, there would be, all the stalls for a drive-through, and I would pick the one, that was the shortest, and inevitably it would be somebody paying a bill, having a problem, or whatever it may be, and it just really tried my patience. And so then I would go and I would just pick a different lane. No matter, I wouldn't go to the one that was the shortest. But I just felt like in my spirit that that was my time to just chill and just, relax and just, understand that, things happen and that there's nothing there, it's out of my control. And so use that time wisely. And so I did. I would use it to reflect, to just kind of look around, to just take a breather. And so patience is so important. And I think even, especially in the crafting, because we have to have patience for our glue to dry. I mean, the drying time sometimes for projects can, it can extend your project for, a day or two, just depending. I mean, sometimes whenever I'm gluing several sheets of dictionary paper together, I have to let them dry overnight in order for that glue to really adhere and to dry. And I can't rush it. I can't, I can't change things. And there's a process of, when you're doing mixed media, when you're layering, you can't just continue to layer over and over. You have to let the glue dry. So there's just, there's so many different ways for us to use patience in crafting. And so I think about that whenever I'm crafting and I want things to be quick or to hurry or to do whatever. And you just can't, it's slow and steady. But patience is so important, in life. There's, we are tried every day in our patience with our spouse, our children, the people around us. And so, Anyway, that is my scrap of wisdom for you today on this Wednesday. But I appreciate you coming and hanging out. And I know this is not the typical Wednesday, but I am getting a video out, and that is what is most important. So you have a fabulous day, and I will talk at you soon. But remember, you only know what you know until you know something different. Bye-bye.